Welcome, everyone, to the Hecate's Doorway podcast.
Welcome back. It has been a year since we started doing this.
Oh, yeah, we keep forgetting to say that. It's been over a year at this point.
Yeah. When did we start this again?
Like February 12th or something like that, I think.
We missed anniversary.
Yeah, we missed it big time.
Brandon, how could you forget the anniversary?
Oh.
I want a divorce.
You know, I think no, I don't think I know. This is the longest running and most successful thing the two of us have tried to do together so far.
And we enjoy it. It's hella fun.
It's hella fun, yo.
And apparently people seem to listen.
Yeah.
Which is good. We appreciate it.
Today we have quite the episode, quite the series.
Yeah.
We're going to be diving into Vlad Dracula.
Figured since it's past anniversary, we should do something that's a lot longer than what we normally do.
A little bigger, a little more interesting.
Have a lot more meat on the bones.
Oh my god, yeah.
So much meat.
So much meat, so juicy and thick.
And throbbing. Ooh.
Ooh!
If your meat's throbbing after you cook it, you shouldn't eat it.
Probably shouldn't be cooking your meat.
Chew.
Yes, we are doing Vlad Dracula. This is part 1, because this is definitely going to be at least 2 or 3 parts.
Yeah. I feel like we should have gotten like some kind of statue of either Vlad, Dracula, or like just something that has to do with vampire stuff for this.
True. I don't think do I have anything like that?
We just have this cool looking sword. It probably isn't time period accurate, but it is definitely a cool sword.
It's a cool sword. It's a cool sword. How do I not have vampire shit?
I mean, we have vampire butts.
I do have plenty of those.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll make it up later.
Not like anyone can see anyway.
Not for now.
No, I'll get a big statue I'm gonna put out in the yard.
Get the fuck out of
Just
people.
a big stake in his hand. Just, you sure you want to come in here?
With the decapitated head on the other one.
Sorry, there's gonna be plenty of nasty shit in these series, apparently.
Oh yeah.
A lot of history. And so before we get into the story of Vlad Dracula, we have to touch on the time period. And I struggled with how to do this, because at first I was going to just write out like as much of the history.
That's a lot of history if you want to do that.
It's a lot. So I'm going to boil it down super specific, and you can look into this some more if you want that. Because we do more history on specific people, not like wars and stuff.
Yeah. This is all during the middle of a really long war that they were having.
Oh, yeah. So basically, the whole concept of the war is the Ottoman Empire is just trying to take over as much as it can, and one of those places is Hungary, Transylvania, Wallachia, and they're trying to defend themselves.
Yeah.
That's basically what it boils down to. As well as another holy war, of course.
Yeah.
Because you have the Islamic Ottoman Empire and the Catholic Hungary. So, holy war, gotta love them.
We'll get political wars for a separate channel. We'll leave that to them to cover.
Yeah, someone else can talk about that. We're going to talk about probably one of the most infamous people in history, I would think.
Infamous, famous, depending on how you view him, I guess.
For once, we're covering one of these people, and they actually have a lot of stuff.
Yay!
It's not like it's not like Elizabeth Bathory, where it was like, fill in the details, I guess. Fill in the blanks yourself. Who the fuck knows?
Multiple choice.
Yeah, this time there's actually some shit.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of shit. So it'll make for a good episode.
Oh, yeah.
So, Vlad the Impaler, a.k.a. Vlad the Third, a.k.a. Vlad Tepes, a.k.a. Vlad Dracula, man had many names, was a 15th century Hungarian, most well known for impaling his enemies on giant stakes, leaving forests of the impaled in his wake. In this series, we'll be going into who exactly Vlad was, the time he grew up in, and what led him down the path of being one of history's most infamous figures.
Yeah.
The question of whether or not Vlad was justified in his doings is a very muddy one, as what he did to many left in his wake can definitely be seen as cruel, unjust, and just straight-up war crimes. It's also important to note that many from this area, which Vlad fought to defend from the Ottoman Empire, saw him and continue to see him to this day as a hero. He's basically known as a war hero in like Hungary and Transylvania and places like that.
Yeah.
So,
real quick, do you know what Dracula's last name translates into?
Is it like dragon or something like that?
Son of the Dragon.
Son of the Dragon.
Of course, some have also... I'm not sure if they do it to muddy his name, or if they just interpret it a different way as a son of the devil as well.
I think that was a mistranslation, because I remember... I can't remember if we talked about it or not when we did our little vampire series, but
I think so.
People who were close to Bram Stoker said that he didn't choose the name Dracula because of Vlad Dracula. He chose the name because he saw it in like a history book, and he thought Dracula translated to devil or demon.
Ah, okay. That could be too.
I think it's just like a mistranslation / trying to muddy the name because, you know, you got people who are trying to say that he was in the wrong. We're not going to be justifying or condemning him today.
No.
Because, like I just said, you know, it's really a matter of which side are you on. You could say that he went over the top, but you can also say that it was very intense times and his shit needed defending.
Yep, and he needed to send a message to his enemies.
So, it's, you know...
Of course, remember, when he impaled people, they weren't dead. They were alive.
They were alive. Up the butt, out the mouth.
Yep.
That's how we did it, right? I think that's what I
think one of the many ways. That, or if it was a quick one.
Just through the chest.
Yeah, and just stick them up.
Oh, God. I can only imagine.
That would actually hurt a lot worse because they'd be dying a lot slower deaths, depending on if it hit any major arteries or broke the spine.
God,
or whatnot.
I don't know which one would be worse, because the other one, it's going up your ass, and it's going to, like, start ripping your intestines out through your mouth, bro.
True, but at some point, you'll probably black out from the pain on that one.
Yeah, I guess that is true, actually.
Probably as soon as it passes your groins, you might just black out.
You better hope so. You better hope you don't have a high pain tolerance. You're just like, why haven't I passed out yet?
Oh, man.
Oh,
it was the chest. Like, if they just stab you right in the sternum area, it's basically almost game over. But if they go below, like your stomach,
which I think they usually did,
yeah, you're gonna live for quite a bit of time.
Just
5 or
slowly
minutes, maybe
sliding
more.
down the stake.
Oh,
I'm slipping again. Why haven't I died yet?
So, because they also wouldn't be bleeding out.
No, because it's plugging up the hole.
Yeah. Vlad was born sometime in 1431 after his father had settled in Transylvania. He was the second son to his father, was Vlad II, and his mother was more than likely Princess...
I screwed up and I did not find the the pronunciations in time. We're gonna call her Nina.
Nina, okay.
I don't know. Kanina.
Of Moldavia. His older brother was Mircea II, who for a time would take the Wallachian throne, and his younger brother, Radu the Handsome.
Radu the Handsome. Mm.
Could you imagine having names like that?
Yeah, so weird. It's full of it in this series.
Yeah.
It's interesting. How handsome do you think this man was?
I don't know. Vladimir was pretty handsome dude, so who knows?
I mean, you know those painters are doing them up, though.
Oh, yeah. True,
They're over like, hey, can you fix that? Can you make my dick bigger? It's not in this. I know, that's the point. It should be coming out of my robe.
Your father said no, so sorry. Talk to him. It's always entertaining how some figures like that in the past had an extra title or some fancy name to go along with theirs.
I wonder when that stopped. Like, I mean, I know we're talking about our experience over here in like America and Central Europe. But I don't think they still do that anywhere, do they?
Honestly, who knows? It could be they just do it themselves.
You know, they call me Stephen the Well-Endowed. I think only you call yourself that, Stephen.
Yeah, and it's not that well endowed. I got no.
Present it.
Vlad II was born around 1395 and was an illegitimate son to Messiah the Elder, one of the eldest Wallachian rulers. He joined the court of Sigmund of Luxembourg, the Holy Roman Emperor and the King of Hungary, who would later help him claim the throne of Wallachia. And in 1431, he was introduced to one of the Order of the Dragon, where he earned the title of Vlad Dracula. The Order of the Dragon was a group dedicated to protecting Eastern Europe and the Holy Roman Empire from the advances of the Ottoman Empire.
It's super weird. I didn't realize that. Like, I know Rome fell long ago.
Yeah.
But I kind of forgot that it like came back, like the Holy Roman Empire and everything, because this is post Dark Ages and shit.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because like I think it is.
Well, that's cool though.
I mean, we're gonna cover Nero here at some point, so there'll be a lot of talk of the fall of Rome. So I guess we might correct ourselves then.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, email us and correct me now. Tell me I'm a fucking idiot.
We'll probably get a few things wrong here and there, but we'll see.
Yeah, usually. In 1436, Vlad II became the voivode of Wallachia. What?
Apparently, according to Google, this is how you pronounce that name that we were trying to figure out.
Nesna?
Nesna.
Nesna. I mean, that's the only time that name's ever come up, so. Nesna.
Possibly. We'll stick with Nina for now.
Okay. And at first he tried to avoid war with the Ottoman Empire, which led to the Hungarian people to throw accusations of disloyalty towards him. In 1442, he was removed from the throne. But through Turkish connections, he was able to regain his throne the next year. He was very much trying to play... What's that one country that never goes to war? Was it like Sweden or Finland? I think it's Finland.
No, I think it's Sweden.
Sweden? He's basically just trying not to get involved. Like, he just didn't want anything to do with either, because I think he had, like, connections on both sides somehow.
Yeah.
And obviously the people of Hungary didn't like that. So. Switzerland, there we go.
Yeah, Switzerland was a neutral country during the wars.
He was trying to be Switzy. John Hunyadi, I believe is how you say that name, the voivode of Transylvania, came to Vlad soon after, urging him to join the crusade against the Ottoman Empire. Crusade.
The Crusades.
Crusades!
Also, what's a voivode again? I know we covered it. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the word for prince.
That's a pretty cool title.
It was actually kind of cool.
I am the voivode.
You're the voivode. You will listen to me.
Also sounds like something that would be in an alien movie.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
It'll be the name of an alien race.
It does sound like an alien race name, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe they were aliens.
Ooh, ancient aliens.
Oh, don't even get me started on that shit. Oh. The Ottomans got wind of this meeting, and after Hunyadi defeated the Ottoman advances in Transylvania, Vlad was accused of treachery by the Ottoman governor of Bulgaria. The Sultan at the time, Murad II, summoned Vlad to the city of Edirne in Turkey to demonstrate his loyalty. Before leaving, Vlad made his eldest son, Mircea, the new voivode of Wallachia. So he's just getting, this is what, man needed to pick a side.
Yep.
And I guess, I don't know. I mean, it would make more sense for him to pick the side of Hungary, because I think he's from there.
True. But he also has to think about his people that he's governing now. Vlad left for Turkey with Vlad III and Radu.
Radu. Like Ragu.
Ragu. With Radu. But was captured in Gallopia before making it to Edirne.
I think.
Yeah. Well, captured Mudan sent soldiers to Wallachia in August, but said army was defeated in the Carpathian Mountains by Hunyadi.
They're such interesting names.
They did. And his army in September. Before the year's end, Murad would release Vlad, but only on the terms that he would both pay an annual tribute and that he would send 500 Wallachian boys to serve in the Sultan's army. He also was forced to leave behind Vlad and Radu as prisoners. While John Hunyadi waged a long campaign against the Ottoman Empire between 1443 and 1444, Vlad continued to remain neutral, mostly because Murad had promised to release his son if he did. Meanwhile, Vlad III was being treated as a prisoner in the Ottoman Empire and was whipped often for being stubborn and rude. He also gained a hatred for both his brother Rudolf for siding with the Ottomans and his father for treating him over the empire.
Because this is also the point where you wanted to tie in. I couldn't find anything.
Oh, right. That.
But
I remember now.
You were talking about, you heard around that Vlad might have also been, like, raped over there.
Yeah. Supposedly, I cannot remember where the source is or where I heard it from. Not sure if maybe I was talking to someone that was into history or if I was just reading like random articles and whatnot that had to do with it. But supposedly, Vlad may or may not have been sexually assaulted while he was a prisoner as well. Which who knows?
I mean, if he was, it would definitely kind of explain his very, very strong hatred towards the Ottoman Empire.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and a lot of other things. But I couldn't find anything, though. I didn't go too deep into it just because I was, focusing on the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And by the time I finished, I didn't really have a chance to go back and look into it. But from the 3 sources I used so far, I didn't see them talk about that. But
it's not like they would
not like they would really admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I doubt Vlad himself would even care to remember or admit it too.
No, probably not, no. But, so, there is a strong possibility that they could have used a good old Chris Hansen back then.
Yep.
Because I think at that point, Vlad was like 8 or something.
Yeah.
He was like still a little kid.
Yep.
Big yikes.
And the holy men.
Doesn't matter what religion they're from, all holy men don't like men. They like boys.
Yep.
Stop it.
Then he just stop
right.
touching the boys.
Stop touching the boys!
Don't touch it.
In December of 1447, Vlad II was assassinated in the marshes near Baltini, allegedly by rebellious boyars under John Hunyadi. Interesting name for his last name. Last name Hunyadi, first name John.
Is his name really John? Or
I think it is, yeah. Everywhere I looked, it was John Hunyadi. It might have been short for something, but I don't know what the hell.
Yeah.
Interesting times. But I'm pretty sure a lot of it has to do with the with like Christianity coming through.
Oh yeah.
Because you got family names which aren't going to change.
Yeah.
But then you got people, because I'm pretty sure John was like a saint or
John the Baptist.
Yeah. So I bet that's what that is.
That could be it. Yeah, he took his name.
Yeah. I think that's what that, like, parents started naming their kids after Christian shit, but obviously they're not going to change their last names.
Yeah.
And soon after, in an attempt to maintain their power in the area, the Ottoman Empire would invade Wallachia, placing Vlad on the throne as a puppet ruler, Vlad III. Vlad's eldest brother, Mircea, was killed during the invasion by being blinded by hot iron stakes and buried alive in Targovista.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
Oh, God, yeah. Later that same year, Hunyadi would invade Wallachia to regain it for Hungary, and with nowhere else at the time to go, Vlad fled back to the Ottoman Empire. Vlad settled in Edirne for a time, but soon moved in with his uncle Bogdan II, in Moldavia, in autumn of 1449. But in 1451, Bogdan was assassinated by Peter Aaron in an attempt to seize his power as voivode of Moldavia. So there is a lot going on in this story. There's so much, like, this person did this person did this. A lot of, like, little things, like, within what we've read so far, we could do, like, 4 different episodes about some of these people.
Damn.
It's intense.
So much underhanded backstabbing and
Oh my God.
Assassination and political movements.
Assassinations, backstabbing, treachery, war, power struggle. Dude,
Yep.
it's insane. Like, we're barely doing this story justice right now just because there's so much. But we're just focusing on Vlad for this.
Yeah.
That's why we're kind of skirting around some of this other stuff. We're kind of skeeting.
Skirt.
Because if we don't, this is going to be a 20-part series by 18 different people. So we're just focusing on Vlad right now.
It'll be renamed the war between the Ottoman and Hungary.
Basically, yeah. Which I don't think I have the time or brain power to push that through. Because I tried to, like I said in the beginning, I tried to do a write-up on the war.
Yeah.
Just like a quick one. And I was like, there's no quick one. There's either 2 sentences or an entire episode. Because there's just so much. Oh. Make sure you drink your coffee today, people.
Oof. Get a lot of caffeine in you.
Caffeine.
If it's 12 a.m., you haven't slept yet, take another Ace Cup. Or 12 cup, or whatever it is.
Pull out your dime bag.
Keep drinking. Hey, we can't... No. We're not Sherlock Holmes. You can't just sniff it and all of a sudden gain magical detective powers.
What you do is you wet your pinky, you stick it in the dime bag, you pull it out, it's all sugar-coated, and then you just shove it up your nose and you go...
Jesus.
then you're
Get the opioids.
get those opioids going, guys.
Was it opioids or was it crack or meth?
Oh, that was cocaine.
Cocaine. Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Opioids are a whole other topic.
Oof. Vlad would take a risk and flee to Transylvania. He would be met by John Hunyadi, who, after talking with Vlad and learning how much inner knowledge he had about the Ottoman Empire, as well as learning he had no real loyalties to it, pardoned him and took him on as an advisor. Unfortunately, most of Vlad's life leading up to 1456 are unknown. There's some writing suggesting he moved around between Moldavia and Brasov, but it seems the majority of his goings-ons are lost to us for now.
Yeah, everywhere I looked was like, there's basically nothing.
Yeah.
But probably just because nothing of too much importance happened, I guess.
Could be. Or if there were any documents, they probably burned down with his empire.
True. But, I mean, that's where I'm just so happy that for once we're covering a historical figure where there's actually a lot of stuff to talk about.
On July 3rd of 1456, John Hunyadi announced that he tasked Vlad with the defense of the Transylvanian border. Soon after, an invasion of Wallachia by Hungary was launched to remove the Ottoman Empire. After the successful invasion, Vlad was placed on the throne as the new voivode of Wallachia. Prince again.
He is now the prince. I think it's super interesting that he's never been the Prince of Transylvania.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, people still associate him with that.
Yeah. His hometown is Wallachia.
Yeah.
I know I've heard that before, but it's probably just because of the Count Dracula thing. You always just kind of mix it up. Transylvania just sounds more gothy.
It does.
On September 10th of 1456, Vlad sent his first letter as voivode of Wallachia to the burghers of Brasov.
The burgers?
The
burgers.
The burghers. I think burghers and boyars are like...
Chef Boyardee?
Yeah, boyardee. But they're like the noble people of like Hungary. But it's so funny that they're called boyars and burghers.
Did they invent them?
No, I don't think so. Weren't burgers invented in Germany?
I have no idea.
I
love food, but I don't know the history of food. I don't have a PhD in food.
The burgers and the Chef Boyardees.
Sounds like a rivalry.
Oh my god, yeah. Where the fuck was I? Yeah, so he sent his first letter as voivode of Wallachia to the burghers of Brasov, which said he promised to protect them against the Ottomans, as well as asking them for their assistance if the Ottomans occupied Wallachia. The letter also said, quote, "When a man or prince is strong and powerful, he can make peace as he wants to. but when he is weak, a stronger one will come and do what he wants to him. Not entirely sure what he meant by that, but I think he's just like boasting or some shit. I don't know.
Could be. Or he'll be talking about like how before the prince before him and the king before him wasn't as strong and was neutral.
Oh, he's shit talking his dad. I didn't even put that together.
And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do this shit. I'm gonna take over.
I ain't no pussy.
I'm being neutral. I'm gonna start this shit. I'm gonna end it too.
I'm gonna end it. After the death of Mercia the Elder in 1418, Wallachia began to fall to somewhat of a Gotham city-state.
Oh no.
Yes. Trade all but ceased. Agricultural production was declining, and an ever-constant presence of war led to rising crime rate. Because of this, Vlad used some aggressive measures to help stabilize Wallachia. Hundreds of thousands of people were reportedly executed towards the beginning of Vlad's reign. The Greek historian Leonikos Chalkondyle.
That is a name I did not think I...
Chalkondyle? I don't... It sounds like a fucking Pokemon.
It does.
It sounds like a Pokemon that they came up with when they ran out of ideas. It's like a crocodile, but he's like chocolate.
Chocolate crocodile.
Chocolate crocodile. Leonikos Chocolate Crocodile had been recording many of Vlad's going on during this reign, so he was there. Like this was like in time recording.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, so this is like the beginning of Vlad basically becoming Punisher, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Wallachia is full of crime, and only I can stop it.
Except he isn't taking Batman's measures.
Oh, he's
in the Punisher.
He's going full on crazy boy.
Nice. Vlad was also very paranoid that those in his inner circle were plotting against him. Honestly, he probably had a very valid point.
Oh, dude, yeah. Absolutely. I don't think it's paranoid.
Nah.
I call it paranoid because some of his actions are a little over the top, but no, I think he's fully in the right.
Yeah, considering how much backstabbing and trading and stuff is going on.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Most of all of the many boyars who had stood against his father, and while executions of various reasons were not uncommon, he also tended to lessen the economic role of the nobility. One of the ways he planned to do this was by giving roles to his council generally reserved for members of nobility to seemingly unknown persons, some of which weren't even native to Wallachia, but who showed true loyalty towards him. The boyars also held connections to the Saxon towns of Transylvania, and Vlad cut that from them as well. He boasted limited trade with the towns, as well as orchestrated raids against them. 300,000 Saxons and officials of the Transylvanian town Noxted had been impaled by Vlad's order.
Yeah, I kind of fuck with that a little bit.
Oh yeah,
he's basically just like, I know you're supposed to do this, but my boys over here, they're homies.
Yeah, they show more loyalty than you guys.
So they get all this. You guys, fuck off.
Do whatever you want.
It's like a pirate taking over a fucking town or something. Like, I know it's supposed to be you guys,
but I trust them more than you.
They got my dick, my balls, and my back.
Mm-hmm. Towards the end of the
Towards the end of the 1930s, folks. He really was a vampire.
Damn. Towards the end of the 1450s, talk of war against the Ottoman Empire began to spread. Ooh. And Vlad was going to side with Hungary fully, unlike his father. Vlad ended his yearly tribute in 1459, and by 1460 had made an alliance with the King of Hungary, Matthias Corvinus, which marked the beginning of Vlad and Hungary's war against the ever-advancing Ottoman Empire.
And that is where we'll pick back up next week with part 2.
That's just part 1.
That's just part 1, baby.
Woo!
I could have made it a little longer, but I just keep figuring that we're such a new show that I feel like more people will be inclined to listen to us if the show's shorter.
Yeah.
You know, like a show you've never heard of before. You'll probably be more inclined to listen to a 30-minute episode as opposed to an hour-and-a-half episode.
True.
You know, you're going to dedicate that to a show that you actually like.
Or if we have a lot of material to cover and we are trying to only do 3 parts.
Yeah, I mean, I could have made this all one part, too. Like, this could have been like an hour-and-a-half one-parter, but...
Nah, it'd be better if we just split it up.
Yeah. For us, for now. Once we start getting bigger, the episodes will get longer.
Yeah.
Especially as we get more time to do proper research and write this shit out more.
Oh, yeah.
But for now, that is the end of part 1.
I forgot we were still talking.
You're like, oh, we haven't ended the show yet?
Yeah, my dumbass.
So come back next week. If we might do a little small episode in between, just because Gabe came
give
up with
us more time as well.
Yeah, because I haven't started writing part 2 yet.
Bitch.
Figure out 1 paragraph. I've been busy, all right. But there'll be a little fun episode next week, a little creepy fun episode, and then after that, we'll be back with part 2 of part 2. For now, thank you all for listening. The numbers are growing, and it's sick.
Nice. Always enjoy to see them.
Always. As always, in the show notes, you'll find everything. Find our Twitter, where we announce shit. You'll find our Patreon, where you can support us if you would like. Our email, if you want to correct us and call us a bunch of fucking idiots.
That too.
Alright, hail Satan, everyone.
Blessed be and take care.